Hello friends, today we will discuss about hybrid vehicles. So we are going to discuss today about hybrid vehicles. So basically, what are these hybrid vehicles? These hybrid vehicles are that vehicles which combine two or more sources of power, which combine two or more sources of power. That is, we are using here for a same vehicle we can use two powers. For example, we can use a gasoline electric combination as we have in case of cars or SUVs. We can use a diesel electric combination as in case of trains, or we can use a nuclear electric combination as in case of submarines. All this comes under the same category of hybrid vehicles. That is, here we are combining two powers. If you want to have a simple example, a moped, so which again has two power sources, like we can pedal it or we can run it with on the ICE engine. So it is also a one type of hybrid vehicle. So any vehicle which can run on more than two sources of power, two or more than two sources of power, is what we call as hybrid vehicles. Now, what is the necessity of hybrid vehicles? So why we need to have hybrid vehicles? So basically, we want to make use of effective use of available power sources is one reason. Effective use of available power sources is one. That means here we mean to say whatever power sources we want to make optimum use of it. For example, some fuels will be there or some engines will be there which can run at a particular conditions in a best manner, and in a different condition it will perform weaker. Its performance will be less. So we want to make optimum use of the different options available. So that is one case in which we use hybrid vehicles. Second case is where we want to make use of different alternative fuels. That is, we know that our conventional fuel like gasoline or diesel, they are going to extend one day, and we have to find alternative for that. So what we do is we combine gasoline electric or a diesel electric, something like that, and suppose we want to start in a critical conditions, we use gasoline, and in a regular condition where the electric can run in a proper manner, we will use electrical. So that particular combination, like this, any particular combination which are more effective in a particular time, we will be using the one which is more effective, and in other cases the other one which is more effective will be used. So we'll try to make the optimum use of the different available sources. So in this particular case we will be use more than one fuels. So that is our aim. Now coming to advantages of using hybrid vehicles. So let us try to list out the advantages. So in this particular case, as we discussed earlier, our main aim is here to use the conventional fuels. Use the alternative fuels. In that particular case, we can use less conventional fuels, or we can minimize the use of conventional fuels. So if you combine a gasoline with electrical, then in a certain cases only we will be using gasoline. Now all other cases we will be using electrical. So that is in different modes. So suppose in a starting mode we require gasoline. Once we start and then we start running the vehicle on the highway, shift it to electric mode, and we'll run it more efficiently with electric mode. In such cases, we want to use less conventional fuel, and therefore we want to reduce the energy dependence. So our aim here is to reduce the energy dependence. So that is one advantage. Second advantage is less pollution, or minimize the pollution. That is, we want to decrease the pollution. So we know that with a conventional fuel we have a lot of pollutions, we don't have the we have the pollution of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, unburned hydrocarbon, all such things. But if you are combining it with electrical, then this particular fuels pollutions are going to be reduced. So that is, we get less CO2, unburned hydrocarbons, etc. That is, this becomes more environmental friendly. That is another reason why we use hybrid vehicles. Third is, we want to make more efficient use of the energy sources. More efficient use of energy sources. May it be either engine, or may it be the battery. So whichever power sources are there, we want to make it more efficiently used. So as already we have discussed, it is better to start a petrol engine with a petrol. Because it is easy to start with the petrol, so we will be using it with petrol, because initially a very huge torque will be required, and if you use a battery, then the battery has to supply a very huge amount of electricity, will discharge the battery. So instead of using the battery at the start, we will prefer to use gasoline, and once we start it, and when we are running the vehicle in a normal, suppose we have running the vehicle on a highway, and at that time we require to only supply that much amount of power, which will just keep the running vehicle in a running condition. So at that time, the amount of power required is going to be lesser, and if you are going to use the engine is going to be underutilized, and maybe the efficiency of the engine at a part load efficiency is going to be lesser. So it is better to use battery, that is electricity from the battery, in such conditions. So we will be here we are trying to optimize the use of both gasoline and electricity. So whenever electricity is more efficiently to use, we use electricity. Whenever it is efficient to use the gasoline, we are using gasoline. So that is how we say make a more efficient use of the different energy sources. Then we have nowadays, you know that in order to encourage the use of hybrid vehicles, there are so many tax concessions given by, incentives given by different governments, and that is again another reason why we generally prefer to use hybrid vehicles. Then another one of the reason why we prefer to use the hybrid vehicle is we can make use of many recent technologies like regenerative braking in case of hybrid vehicles. Here regenerative braking means whenever brake is applied, generally the potential energy is being the kinetic energy is being converted into heat, and it is dissipated to atmosphere. Instead of converting into heat and dissipating into atmosphere, what we will do is we will try to convert that particular kinetic energy into electricity with the help of the available generator. So that is how the regenerative brakes work. So that it can be combined here in order to minimize the energy loss, or make a efficient use of the energy whatever is there in the vehicle. So these are some of the advantages of using the hybrid vehicles. Now let us list some of the disadvantages of hybrid vehicles. So first is we use this, then Recharge, if basically we suppose we take a battery vehicle, battery and gasoline, or battery or any electric combination, the recharging of the battery comes into picture, and the recharging time is long because we have to recharge for both the fuels, and along with that some drivability issues are also there. Some drivability issues are also coming into picture. For example, some hybrid vehicles are better to be used for city vehicles. That is frequent starting and stopping, it will be better to use. Unlike some hybrid vehicles will be better to use only for highway operations. So such problems are there with certain hybrid vehicles, and that also becomes issues. That is another disadvantage. Then we have here the cost associated, because we are trying to use two power sources. The cost associated cost is higher. Why? Because using two energy sources, or two or more energy sources. Obviously, when we use one energy source, our requirement of the cost will be lesser corresponding to that energy source. That is, suppose we are using a gasoline electric combination, then the gasoline system will be there as well as electric system will be there. So the cost is going to cumulative, the total cost is going to be higher in case of hybrid vehicles when compared to our conventional either petrol or diesel, whatever we are having. Not only the cost, the bulk and the weight of the vehicle is also going to increase. Why? Because we know that suppose we are using electric, then all the battery related, electricity related components like motor, generator, or whatever generator, then motor, then we have the number of batteries, the inverter, all such things will be coming into picture. And additional, we have the gasoline components like engine and associated transmission components. So the bulk is also increasing, and the total weight of the vehicle is also increasing, because both the components we have to use. And sometimes this particular batteries can perform battery performance becomes very poor under extreme conditions. So under extreme temperature conditions like hot or cold, very hot or very cold, the performance is poor. So this is another problem what we generally face when we use the hybrid vehicles. This is sensitive to battery is being used, so it is sensitive to problems like overcharging, which are peculiar to that of a electric system, and the life of the battery is also becoming an issue, because we know that every battery will have a certain amount of battery life, so it can be charged and discharged. That particular cycles are limited, and once they go for that much number of charging and discharging, we have to discard that particular battery. So that becomes an issue. Here we require a more complex control system, because simultaneously we have to work the vehicle on both power sources, or whatever the power sources we are using. So we have to shift from one to another, and to control that we require a very complex control system. Moreover, we have the repair and maintenance cost is expensive. because the problem may be related to either one system. Then even then we have to use, so we have to ensure that both the system, both the power systems are working always efficiently to run the vehicle in a proper manner, whatever we are expecting it to work. For now, so these were the some of the disadvantages. Now coming to some examples. So for examples, some of the commercial models what we have as hybrid vehicles are, so some of the examples of hybrid vehicles, like we have Toyota Prius, Ford Escape, Honda Insight, Honda Civic, which is of hybrid electric vehicle model, then Honda Accord, we have it also in the hybrid electric vehicle model, etc. So these are some of the examples of the hybrid vehicles what we generally have at a commercial level. Coming to the types of hybrid vehicles, so we have different types of hybrid vehicles. So we can categorize the hybrid vehicles on the basis of how we arrange the different components which are supplying the power. So different power sources are there, and depending on the alignment, or sorry, the layout of the components related to different power sources, we can categorize under this particular three categories. So first is series hybrid vehicle, second is parallel hybrid vehicle, and third is series hybrid vehicle. Series parallel hybrid vehicle. So summarizing, basically a vehicle which can combine two or more power sources for the use of its traction is what we call as hybrid vehicles. It can be any power source like gasoline electric or diesel electric or nuclear electric, anything like that. Generally they are to make generally they will help in making us more efficient use of the available power sources, even make use of the alternative fuels options, alternative energy source options also. Generally the advantages are they help us in reducing the energy dependency. They are more environmental friendly. They help us in making more efficient use of the energy sources, and they will help us in using modern technologies like regenerative braking, etc. Then we have disadvantages. So the disadvantages are, since we are using battery, that will require a long time for charging. Then there are some drivability issues are there. That means some vehicles can be run only in cities, that is stop mode or continuous mode, like that. They are more efficient, and that some such drivability issues are there. The overall cost of the vehicle is very high, the bulk is higher, the weight is higher. They have generally less performance under extreme temperature conditions. Some problems associated with the battery is obviously there, like overcharging or life of the battery. More complex control system is required, and the repair and maintenance problem is also there. And coming to the types, we have generally three types: the series hybrid type, parallel hybrid type, and series parallel hybrid type. So these are the different types of hybrid vehicles. Now moving ahead, let us discuss what is series hybrid vehicles. So moving ahead, series hybrid vehicles. So what are this series hybrid vehicle? So basically, this is as we discussed, this particular classification is on the basis of how the energy sources layout of the different components related to energy sources are arranged in a vehicle. So the arrangement of this series hybrid vehicle is something like this. We have the fuel tank over here. Then we have the engine. So we have the engine over here. Then we have the generator run by the engine. Then we have the inverter. And we have a battery which is charged by the electricity produced by the generator. So, and this from this inverter, we can also run a motor, and the motor can power from the motor can be torque from the motor can be supplied to your gearbox, which will be then given to differential and the wheels. So these are the differential. So this arrangement where you can see over here, basically this is the simplest type of arrangement. We have the fuel tank. Fuel goes to engine runs, it drives a generator produces the electricity, and we can use it to charge the battery, or the same electricity can be given to run the motor, and we can run the power from the motor can be given to your vehicle. So this is generally one of the simplest arrangement. So the simplest among the simplex configuration among the hybrid vehicles which we have in series hybrid vehicle. Generally the motor is a source for power. Motor is a source for power for running the vehicle. Motor runs the vehicle. So here the engine is not coupled directly to the vehicle power system. Rather, motor is always running, and engine is in the assisting mode. So engine will run the generator, and the generator is going to produce electricity, and the electricity will be given to the battery, either given to the battery, or power, that electricity will be used for motor to run. So generally we can see the motor is going to drive the vehicle. So here the power for the driving the vehicle is coming from the motor only. So engine, in other words, engine is not driving the vehicle. Engine is not coupled to vehicle. Here comparatively the size of the engine is less size of engine. Obviously powered by any of the conventional fuel. So here the overall size of the engine is comparatively less when compared to other hybrid types, but a more powerful battery will be required. More powerful battery, that is bigger batteries and more number of batteries will be required. Comparatively they are more expensive. Expenses more when compared to a conventional vehicle, and this series hybrid vehicles are best for stop go drive mode, that is like city driving. So frequently the vehicle want to stop and then go. In such cases we prefer to use series hybrid. Here generator is always used to power the battery or run the motor. Power the battery or motor. That means the power generated by the generator, it can be utilized for both for charging the battery as well as running the motor. And here so whenever the at low speeds motor will be only running with the help of battery. Motor will be only running, that is from the battery, and it will be giving the required power to the vehicle. Whenever the amount of power requirement increases, the engine operation comes into picture, and the engine is driving the generator, and generator will supply extra electricity, and it can thus now the additional along with the battery from the generator also electricity is coming, and the higher amount of torque requirement is satisfied. So this is how series hybrid vehicle works. So series hybrid vehicle, so it is called as series because you can see in a series manner it is being arranged. So that is where we call it as a series. Now the next type of the vehicle what we have is hybrid vehicles we have is parallel hybrid vehicles. Obviously here, as the name indicates, the arrangement of the source energy sources are parallel. That is where it is coming as the name parallel arrangement. So we have a battery, we have an inverter, we have a motor over here, and drive from the motor is given to your gearbox, or it can be driven by also engine, and this gearbox now gives the required power to differential which propels the vehicle. So this is how you have your parallel. So you can see from parallelly power is coming from both the sides for the gearbox, and then it will be supplied to your power system of the vehicle. So that is where the name parallel is coming. So here in this particular case, both engine as well as electric motor can drive the wheels. So both the power sources can be used simultaneously. The electricity coming from the electric system and the power mechanical power coming from the engine can be simultaneously used by the system for running the vehicle. Here we require comparatively smaller batteries. Then we have here engine is here driving always. So continuously engine will be working over here, and this particular type is generally suitable for highway operations. That is cruising operations, cruising drives. So here you can see always the engine will be working. Engine will be of a smaller capacity, and it will be run in a continuously in a optimum mode. That is the conditions where it is going to power give maximum, and here it will be running. The power will be given to gearbox. And whenever some extra is required, it will be taking from this system, that is battery, through inverter, the motor will drive, and motor will supply the required torque to gearbox additional, and it will make up the higher requirement. So during a normal running, engine will be in operation. Whenever power requirement is more, the motor is coming into picture, which is powered by the battery. So that is how we have what we call as a parallel. So here we have one source over here, another source over, parallelly both are driving the your power system of the vehicle, and that is where the name coming parallel system. Now we have here the next type, that is series parallel hybrid. Series parallel hybrid. Series parallel hybrids. Now in this particular case, we have combined the advantages of both the series as well as parallel, and let us see how the layout of the different components are there. So engine is here, then we have the power supply coming from this, which is split device, power split device is there. So it will split the power coming, it will be either going to generator to generate the electricity, and it will drive a motor. This will be also going to your gearbox, which will then go to differential and then wheels. So simultaneously we have here engine power directly going to gearbox, as in a conventional way, and we have the generator also working, and the motor is also supplying the required power supply to the gearbox. So this is how it becomes series parallel. So it has a series arrangement as well as parallel arrangement combined. So that is where we say it combines advantages of both series as well as parallel hybrid systems. Here we can see over here, engine can drive both. Engine can drive the vehicles or drive the wheels, or it can be also disconnected from wheels. That is, it can give the power like this completely, or it can be given like this. That is, in both way it can work. Here the engine is generally run in an optimum condition. That is optimum efficiency. Sorry, efficiency is higher. In such mode it will be run, and whatever power is produced, maybe it will be lesser than the requirement or more than requirement. Accordingly, what is done is, whenever it is less, then power from here will be taken. Whenever it is more, whatever is required is going here, and the amount what is more is given to generator and the motor, and we have the battery system over here to charge the battery. So battery will be charged, and whenever the power produced by this is lesser, then the power will be taken from battery motor system over here. So that means always the engine will be running at an optimum condition, where it will be producing the maximum power, and if the power is more than the requirement, extra will be given to this system to charge the battery, and the remaining will be used over here. Whenever it is less, then whatever amount is required, extra required, that will be taken from this along with the engine. So that is how it is run at an optimum condition. comparatively the performance is better. When compared to other modes, other hybrids, that is series or parallel hybrid. In a series parallel, it is efficiency is better, but the cost is higher. So this is about series parallel. Here, what we are doing here, generally we have an engine, then a power split device which will split the power as per requirement. That is, if a lesser power is required over here, extra will be supplied to over here to charge the battery. If the power produced by this is lesser than the requirement, then extra will be taken from the motor, from the battery. So always the engine will be run at optimum condition, which will produce maximum power. In that particular condition, it will be continuously running. So we are trying to increase the efficiency of the engine operation over here. So that is where we say we have combined the advantages of both the series as well as parallel. Engine can drive the vehicle, as well as it can be dissociated from the wheels, and it can run the generator also, and therefore the performance of this particular type is better when compared to other types. Now moving ahead, some of the advanced technologies we can use with the hybrid vehicles are advanced technologies used in hybrid vehicles. One is regenerative braking. So as we discussed, this particular case, the power which was supposed to be lost when the brakes are applied, that will be regenerated. We have electric motor drive assist. Here we can make the electric motor to drive the vehicle, or we can make it to assist the driving. That is power requirement. Then we can use the systems like automatic start or shut off, preferably used in a traffic. That is when our signals are there, stop signals there, and the during the traffic, then the vehicle will be automatically stopped, and then when the vehicle we want to start, automatically it will start. So such start and shut off system can be used very well in case of hybrid vehicles. Then generally they can be designed for low rolling resistance, and modern light weight materials can be made use of. So these are some of the modern technologies which we can make use of in case of hybrid vehicles. So that is about hybrid vehicle. Thank you.